yesterday I like did a personal reading, I guess. I don't know. I think it applied to collective, but it would have just been a voiceover video, and I might still post it. But I just wanted to come back and kind of see if there would be a different message for me to give on screen. Yeah, that message was, it was complicated, honestly. Not super, but it's hard to give like a recap in just a cut form, I guess. So I'll just focus on the cards that will come out today. Okay, let's see. I have any message to replace for the one. Like this. Okay. Okay, yeah. I guess immediately they're kind of just like sending me back to yesterday's reading, but I'll just see how it wants to come out today, especially on camera. And so I think the focus might be a little different, or it might be like, this could be like the expanded version. So, but straight away, yeah, there is something a little different. Focusing on mastering your process, focusing on making your own safe space for yourself. Yeah, definitely. Focusing on there's like a really big importance on like material things and specific tangible things. So this could definitely be like mastering your routines to have a better day, like mastering your process to have like a more concrete way of going about things in general. It's like fine-tuning is what I'm getting. There's something about like the individual process that you have being very unique. Yeah, there's something like, and this is like referencing the reading from yesterday as well, but there's something about the fact that like you will put a halt on the things that you're doing, or you will second guess yourself, and you will like ruminate constantly on certain things. To the point of like feeling stagnant. Let's see. Okay. When instead it's just more important for you to take what's presented to you. Like I feel like that, like, okay, so the example that's coming to mind for me is school, right? I remember at least when I was in high school and everybody was preparing to go to school. I'm not sure if it's still like a huge thing. I know there's still like a prestige that comes with certain schools and going to a university instead of say like a community college. But there's something even like different than that. So let's say like those are like our wide known things, even trade school. And let's say you don't have a way to get to community college, so you have to do online school, which when I was in high school was also seen as like even worse than, like it used to, I guess, like even be a joke where I think, I'm not sure if it's still a joke, but it would be like if you had a bad teacher, you'd be like, they probably got their degree online, whatever. But there's something about the fact that, like, you need to trust what is being put in front of you. So if online school is the only way that you can go back to school, and like I guess I'll say, like, you're seeing ads for it, or it's like popping out, jumping out in your face, or even other things like you hear about a free course or something for something that you want to do, like trusting that like certain things are presented to you for a reason. And kind of like, I guess like an undertone that I'm getting here is that there may just be a need to get it out. I don't know, I'm not even sure I want to say that, but get it out the mud and kind of like, oh, be self-made, and like, I took the hardest possible path and I still got to an Ivy League school. I don't know. It's something about like making yourself suffer to achieve things the way that other people will acknowledge you for. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I think that honestly, reading, like, you're in a great position, to be honest with you. But it's like you won't admit it to yourself because, like, oh, another thing. I guess it's like the flip side of what I was saying. But feeling like certain things are like a handout, or like, oh, I don't need charity. I don't need. And it's like, oh, this is not to. I think the people that will resonate with me, I hope, will have enough common sense to kind of see like the things going on politically right now, and seeing them like wanting to take everybody off of like food stamps and get rid of government aid. I don't agree with that. Sure, there could be better ways to enforce maybe somebody like getting the benefits or like getting approved or something like that. But honestly, I'm along the vein of people shouldn't have to pay for healthcare. People shouldn't be homeless when we have enough land and resources to go around. But there's something about the fact that somebody feels like there's something being presented here that is logically the next step if somebody wasn't limiting themselves and restricting themselves and having the mindset of like, I don't need help. It's giving very much hyper independence, and somebody is having something presented to them and they are reluctant to take advantage of it. Yeah, it's very much like I'm gonna show this card because I think it exemplifies it very well. But it's also the common message of the Seven of Wands, where it's about like having to fight. And in this particular card, it's like signified as courage, as fighting. And it's kind of like it's not courageous for somebody to pick battles that they don't need to. It's not courageous for somebody to, I'm gonna die on this hill, and it's something that's only harming you. But I see somebody like thinking that way. Somebody's like, oh, I just have to do everything by myself. I have to go and fight the tigers and bears, and that's the only way I can prove that I'm self-made and that I deserved it. It's a lack of self-worth. Yeah, it's a lack of self-worth, and somebody is I guess I'll say insecure. It's like, it's reading as like everybody talks about the pick-me's and how they're insecure and so on and so forth, but it's that type of thing. It's like, oh, there's an interview popping up in my mind, I guess from the cast that did Frankenstein. I haven't watched that movie and I didn't even watch that full interview, but it was Jacob Elordi, and he was talking about how the movie was a project of love, project of like passion. Like, it was something that was very enjoyable. They enjoyed themselves on set, etc., etc. And he basically said how it's become really normalized for people to only, I don't want to go too deep on a tangent, but people normalize the fact that like something's only great if you had to go through pain to achieve it. And I mean, I definitely struggled with this at one point as well, but it's something along the lines of like, I don't think I'm deserving, so I need to go and like prove it to everybody. You know, it's like from a defensive standpoint, honestly, but it's like, oh, if I go to this school, nobody can tell me that I'm not smart. If I go to Harvard, nobody can tell me I'm not smart. Nobody can tell me I didn't work and earn my degree. And they're like attaching themselves to the pedigree of that school so they don't have to do the internal work and realize why they feel like they're not smart unless they go there. Somebody is using external validation to avoid internal work. And it's warped. It's throwing their priorities off balance, and they like, I want to say, let's see, I was going to put those back, but I'm going to keep them. I'm going to work myself back this way. Yeah, it's and don't get me wrong, we all have like reasons to focus on ourselves. Like, we all have our seasons where we're like independent and just focused on one thing, eyes on the prize type of thing. I don't really have time to fool around, I guess. Like, I don't have time to chase joy, I guess is how it's coming out, honestly. It's the energy of somebody who is burying themselves in work, burying themselves in books, burying themselves in something, thinking that, I need a card. Thinking that it's going to I feel like this is like contradicting almost. It's hard to put in words. It's like somebody wants to be happy. Let's just say in terms like this. Somebody wants to be happy. But instead of like seeing the thing that makes them happy and outright chasing that, they're just like, okay, that's what I want, but I have to go over here first. Okay, this popped into my head. Stick with me. Hopefully this makes sense. But somebody wants to be a model, right? A modeling agency sees them, scouts them. They're like, hey, dude, like, we want you. Like, love your look. And they're like, oh, yay, okay. Finally, the next thing is popped up. This is what I wanted, but okay, wait 1 second. I have to go get buff first. I have to go do this first. And then I'll come back and it'll be perfect. And like you go put in extra work or whatever, because that's what you're like told. You're like, oh, you have to have muscles. I don't know. This isn't really how it goes, but just follow me. And you go back and you're like, yeah, like I have my dream physique now. And the modeling agency is like, oh, like that's nice, but like you took too long, so we got somebody else. Maybe we can work together in the future type thing. And you're like, what? Like what? Like this is perfect. Like I did what I was supposed to do. This is what everybody said you're da-da-da-da-da. Like this was supposed to make me an even better candidate. And it's like, you were enough before. You had an opportunity presented to you before. Yeah, definitely. And you let yourself get distracted, and you let yourself, like, I don't know, it's like you talked yourself out of it. Like you just didn't think you were good enough. Like you don't think you're good enough to do something, even though you clearly are. Everybody's like, oh, I love that guy. Like I love like watching him sing, or I don't know. I like love his work. And you're like, I'm not good enough. I'm not. Internally, this is what you think. And so it bleeds out into your work, and you change your complete art style, or you change something. And everybody's like, oh, okay, like I kind of liked before better, but whatever you say. And it's basically like you're contradicting yourself. You want something, you could have it, but you're self-sabotaging. Yeah, self-sabotage. That's what's going on here. And it's something to do with it's something to do with the system that's set up. And you're like, well, they told me this was the right thing to do, and I went and did it, and now I'm messed over. Now I can't. And it's like, yeah, like you should have just followed your intuition. You should have just done, like, trusted your own path, and you should have just done what authentically would have made you happy. Like, this is super common, but yeah, it's definitely like, it's truly like there's something very positive here. Happiness, cups. One more card, please. Okay. Yeah, this is all coming out again. This is a really big thing, and it would really suck for you to lose an opportunity simply because you think it's hopping into my head, so I'll like say this, like it's like you think you're too manly to show emotions. You think it's weak to be nice to yourself. You think it's silly to say your affirmations in the morning. Like, I don't know, it's something along that energy of like feeling like neglecting yourself is the correct answer. Feeling like abandoning yourself is the correct answer. Feeling like overworking yourself until you burn out is the correct answer. And it's not. Like, it's not that. It's like, as much as like, I guess that it's very glamorized, and people are like, oh, like you just working, you working. I watch those videos at a certain point. It's a certain dude, I don't know what his name is. It's like a bald, light-skinned man, And he's kind of like, oh, you're tired? Oh, you're sad? Oh, nobody cares. Get up and work. Wake up again tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Take a cold shower. Only drink black coffee. And it's like somebody's literally doing that. Somebody's literally like, no, I cannot have good things in life. I'm sorry, that's not funny, but it's literally like, okay, dude. Okay, I guess, like, if you are into that. Okay, anything else? Yeah, it's like somebody, this is very much reading as preset, like, social constructs messing somebody over. Like, very classically, like, let's say like a man who's too scared to be emotional or vulnerable, a girl who's too scared to like voice her opinion or something like that, or like a young person afraid to like speak up for themselves in a room full of older people. Yeah, like a man in front of his friends not wanting to admit something. I don't know, it's very much like misogyny, ageism. Like, it's very classical systems that kind of like keep everybody in place and with like a nice little label on them. And somebody is too scared to take a chance. Somebody is too scared to be themselves. Somebody is too scared to start over and do something new and step out of like an old way or tradition of doing something. And they just don't realize that that's their new beginning. That's your chance. Yeah. It's like, what is it? Sunken cost fallacy? I'm not sure if that's the right thing. But it's very much of like, I've invested all of this time into this thing, and it's making me sad. I don't feel good here, but at the end of the day, I'm invested. I invested in this. And it would make me look stupid if I changed my mind now. So I'm just going to keep doing it. I'm just going to keep going and going and going. And hopefully one day it'll change. You know, like, I'll just keep doing what I'm told to do. And hopefully my luck will change. And it's insanity. Isn't that the saying? Insanity to do the same thing over and over and expect a different result. I don't know. Somebody really needs some, and I hope like my tone hasn't been ultra abrasive, because I understand that this is a very sensitive thing for people, and it makes sense. This is a hard thing to have to cope with, to recognize that like you could have put years and years into something. You could have put months. You could have put your body on the line. You could have done a lot to do what you were told to do. And it can feel very unfair, especially if it was purely ignorance on your part. It was like, okay, like, or blind trust or blind faith, and kind of like, this person wouldn't lead me the wrong way. So many people wouldn't say this or do this if it was the wrong thing to do. And it can be very hurtful, and it can be very like saddening, or it can make you angry. A lot of emotions can arise when you realize, oh, I've been doing something that had, and I won't say no meaning, but it's not getting you where you want to be, you know? And it can take a lot of humility to admit that to yourself and change course. Yeah. It can take a lot of humility, and it can take a lot of self-reflection, and that's uncomfortable for a lot of people, understandably. So, all right, let me see. I think I will get an oracle card from my animal spirit deck. Excuse me. Yeah, it feels like this is very something. This could have to do with your inner child. It could have to do with a different child, like a child in your vicinity. This could be something along the lines of like you having to back out of a career that I'll honestly say you probably have established yourself. This could be like a relationship that you put a lot of effort into, and it can be literally something of like just slightly misaligned, just slightly this isn't really making me fully happy, this isn't making me fully fulfilled. And in the moment or in the present, it can be very easy to kind of skip over that and be like, oh, okay, like that's just how it is, like this is coming up. But like, oh, it's normal for like, you know, once you hit 35, your body aches all the time, like that. People say that's normal. I have this really good job and da-da-da, and I just have to keep working, and this is a part of, and it's just something, it's like small little voices saying like, dang, this really hurts, or dang, this isn't really what I thought it would be, or this just doesn't feel quite right. And you may not be super aware of it, but you're settling, you know. And in the moment, like I said, that can be very easy to bypass or try to, but in the long run, when you look back at your life and you're like, dang, like I didn't really enjoy this, like I feel like I wasted time, I feel like I didn't really get what I was told I would. That's kind of the feeling I'm getting. I really like reading the book for this deck, so I'm gonna do that for these two cards. I'll show them both. I got the octopus and the crocodile, if you can see them. So they're both water as well. So this is something that, yeah, like it has a lot to do with your emotional fulfillment. And it's just like understanding that it's okay for you to live a life that just makes you happy. And it doesn't have to be anything else. It doesn't have to look a certain way for anybody else. It just has to be what makes you feel good inside. But okay, I'm going to read the octopus. Reaching, yearning, lacking boundaries and direction. The octopus signifies a wonderfully perceptive mind paired with a lack of healthy boundaries. Unfortunately, this results in well-intended but messy relationships. The octopus entwines itself into other people's business and shares their own without restraint. They believe that's what it means to be close. If you notice after spending time with someone that you feel drained or uneasy, the essence of octopus is at play. Begin to establish healthy boundaries, be patient and firm. It may be a very old habit to change. When in balance, interested, engaged, intelligent. When out of balance, needy, clingy, lacks courage. To bring into balance, space to oneself, talk therapy. And then I'll read the crocodile. There it is. Resting, submerging, collecting energy, cooling off. The crocodile reminds us to step back from the external world and turn inward. Now is not the time for decisions, actions, or discussion. The crocodile's mantra is wait. This doesn't mean lying around hoping life's challenges will disappear. The crocodile is much smarter than that. It means intentionally withdrawing, gathering our awareness, observing, and building energy. Fill up the vital reserves so your next move comes from a place of wisdom and power. When in balance, wise, patient, a silent powerhouse. When out of balance, feel stuck, lashes out. To bring into balance, rest. And Markasana pose. I'll see if I can. I'll make sure I put that in the bio to look that up. But yeah, this is it's a sensitive place to be, and you should not discredit that for yourself, and you shouldn't let anybody else discredit that either. But you do, at the end of the day, have to understand to have your own sovereignty and to be in control of your own life means that you are responsible. That can be very heavy, understandably, but it can also be very empowering to realize, like, oh, I don't like this thing, I can change that. Oh, I don't like this person, I don't have to talk to them. Yeah. My phone did like a low battery thing. But yeah, hopefully that resonated. Hopefully that was helpful. I will try to put a few distinctions in the bio, and of course my socials. So you can follow me on TikTok and reach out to me there if you want a reading. I have been meaning to post my menu there, and I will make a point to do that very soon. Yeah, hope that was helpful.